Sound test room.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sound Test Room, where today we're going to take a look at an app that's going to be coming to iPad soon, very soon, very soon. It's called Tin Pan Rhythm, and it's one of those apps that it's like a, for me, is a songwriting app. It's an assistant. An assistant to my songwriting, and it's very, very, very good at what it does. And I'll tell you why. Because it keeps things simple, straightforward, and easy to use, which allows me to get on with the job of writing a song. Okay, so which is really important. So you can see here we have a set of chords, 10 chords here. And you have 4 little blank squares here. Now we can increase these 4 little blank squares to 8 at the moment. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, and we can see also here in this page, it's very simple. We have a tempo, we have our measures set at 4, we have our key set in C major, corresponding to those chords there, and we can have the chord names or the chord degrees, depending on how you like to work. Okay, so, you know, for instance, if we want to change to D flat there, all our chords will change to D flat correspondingly. Okay, so at the moment we've got major and minor. And the developers are looking into adding more chords. But, you know, for songwriting and stuff and basic gear, you know, you only need the basics. And they want to keep this as simple and as straightforward as possible to assist in songwriting. And I think they've done a marvellous, marvellous job. I really, really do. It's simple, it's great, it sounds great as well, and it makes life super, super simple. So here we have our chord progression here. And then we can just drag and drop our chords in. So I'm going to do with... So there's a C there, and we can preview the chords, obviously. So I'm going to go C, I'm going to put an F there, and I'm going to put an A minor in. And I'm going to finish off with a G. And then I'm going to put a C again, and another F, and another A minor, and a G. And I'm just going to show you this quickly now. Here is our band sort of thing, our arrangement window. Now you can see down the side here we have these little like 2 parallel lines here. I'll get to those in a second. We have piano 9. So this is basically, you can see I have bass as well, and we have volume controls for each of the, so we can mix our band as we like, you know, so we can get different ideas. Percussion 34, some sticks I've got turned down. I've got the acoustic guitar turned down as well. So I'm just going to play my progression as I just put it in. So this is one of my favorite progressions, chord progressions, but I'm not quite happy. I'm going to change that A minor out for another C, I think, because I think that might sound better. So I'm going to just quickly play it again. And I can do this on the fly, you know. That's better. Tell you what as well, I think what I'll do is I'll replace that, and I'll show you that you can do this. I'm going to replace that C with an E minor. Right, okay, so I'm really happy with that. I think that's quite nice. So here we have our arrangement window again. And this is where we can bring in different bits, and we can, you know, arrange our 8 chords. Each chord changes at a bar. So, I mean, in the future, there may be more there will be more chords added, by the way, they've told me. And at the moment, it's into app audio, so that's very cool. And you can also open in, once you've recorded your little arrangement thing, which you can, and the cool thing about this is you can change everything on the fly. So you can get quite complex arrangements going as well, and still very simply control it all. So let's play this, and I'll bring in some other bits and pieces. Another thing as well, it sounds really good. So if we swipe, we'll change the style. So that's all very nice. So here's other things we can do as well. While these two little lines are parallel like this, if you move this up and down, it will move it. Previewing it for me. I'll just play it and I'll show you what it does. It moves it up by octaves. So sorry about that. Bring a little bit of guitar in. So you can see that you can move everything up and down by octaves. Well, the three tuned instruments, obviously, you can't move the percussion up and down by octaves. So what else can we do here now with our arrangement? Now, this is the really cool bit. Okay, so if you tap on these little two parallel lines, which look like a pause button, they'll split a little bit like that, you see. Now, what that allows us to do now is control each individual chord. Okay, so this is the cool stuff we can do now. We can start to swap out different arrangements as the song goes and control separately the ups and downs and things. So let's go with that. Transpose. So you get the basic way how this works. It's very, very, very cool. Now, there is only the one sound set. You know, you get piano and acoustic bass, acoustic guitar, acoustic percussion, acoustic drums, okay? And in the future, you never know, you know, there may be some sound packs. But I love this because it lets me, now, in the background here, I have I grand, and so let's say I'm working on this idea now. So let's say play the song, and I'm just gonna jam a little bit along with it and see if I can come up with something that sounds good for me. So I think maybe this may sound nice with some sevenths instead. Well, that's the wrong chord. So very cool. Now, once you've sort of arranged everything how you want to arrange it, you can record it, right? So let's do that. And whilst it's recording, you can mix and match and And of course also I could change key on the fly, so I could transpose. So now, once we've done that, we to hit record as well, we can email our little arrangement, or we can open an audio copy, or we can export it off to SoundCloud. People do enjoy. Well, let's try opening. Okay, so I'm going to open this into audio share. And there it is. There's our mix. Now I can obviously normalize it because my volume might have been a bit low. And of course, once it's in audio share, you can export it into, you can open it basically in anything you like. Then you can, find Cubasis or what have you and open it into, or more, you can choose more. But the basically fact, or you can go into Cubasis and export it in. The fact is that once it's in audio share, it's anywhere you like. However, let's get rid of that just a sec. Now, we don't need iGrand anymore for this. We can discard that. At the moment, there is no way to save your arrangement, but hopefully in the future that will be a thing. The thing is, once you've recorded it and once you've got it in there, and if you're working on it, it's cool beans. So let's see. I want to try it with Interrupt now. So let's see, where are we? Let's choose Cubasis for this. And I know it already works because I've already been having a mess around with it. So let's just add this here, and then routing, and this bit, and Interrupt. And I'm going to scroll down to near the bottom because that's where it'll be. And there it is. Now, let's just go back and make sure this is going to work. Let's put some volume in, I think. Okay, so just wait for that, move out the way. So you can see it's working fine with Interrupt. Now, at the moment, I need to put a chord back in there, don't I? Which one did I take out? Let's see. No. F minor. No. Well, I think I shall change that to an E minor. Oh no, I think I'll leave it on F minor because I can't change it to E minor. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, I need to put my. Oh, hang on a minute. 8. Hang on a minute. No, that's why. Dog. Oh, do you need to be a musician? Go back to C major, which is where I want my mix to start for this. So E minor, F. A minor, I think. Or was it C? Oh, it might have been C. I'll play. For what it is, it's cool. Right, so now let me give you a little tip about Cubasis as well at the moment. Now, what people have been experiencing. Oh, there's no. That was another thing. There's no Interrupt audio transport bar yet in Tin Pan Rhythm, but hopefully the developers will add it because they are really on the ball. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people have been, when you hit your metronome, you're supposed to get a count in, then 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. And go to settings here. If you go to metronome, you can see that I have a counting of 2 bars set up. You can have 1, 2, 3, or 4, but I have set up at 2 bars anyway. 2 bars is good because if your particular app that you're using does not have a transport bar. If it's Interapp Audio, then it gives you time to move over before you have to start recording and stuff. However, what's been happening is people have been hitting this little icon, pressing record, and it's just starting recording straight away, even if they're set up for a counting. And if your metronome is engaged first, you should get a counting, and you're not getting one, right? The reason why this is if you hit this little button here, record mode, you'll see down the bottom there it says count. For some reason, by default, count is switched off, so you'll never get a counting. So you need to switch that on, and you'll always get a counting. Okay, so that's just something I think Steinberg should look at changing the default. That when you hit your metronome, your counting is on automatically, and it saves a lot of problems. Much easier anyway. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to record our mix into Cubasis just to prove it works. So here we go. So I know to start. That was my fault. Turn that off. So there you go. So there it is. And from there, of course, you can do what you like. You can add more instruments. You can expand on your mix. You could even do another arrangement inside Tin Pan Rhythm and tag that bad boy onto the end of this one. You know, or as you were going to do it like that. But yeah, so there's Tin Pan Rhythm. I really dig this program. I've played with it for ages and ages, and you can get some really neat stuff just by playing around with the different arrangement view and stuff. And it's very, very cool. So it'll be coming very soon. I think this is nearly the final build for release. Nearly, I think, and maybe another couple. But it'll be out pretty sharpish now, I should think. But I think it's really cool. And they, like I said, they are going to be expanding the chords. But you know, they don't want to. They what they said to me was that they don't want to make it. It's not. The thing with songwriting apps is you can be over complex. You know, you can have a zillion chords, but at the end of the day, it's your basic chord progression that's is the foundation of your song, you know. Vince Clarke, for instance, you know, massive synth head. He writes everything on acoustic guitar. That's how he does it. And you know, after that, he adds the keys and stuff and whatever and rearranges and things. But the basic song idea is the main thing, isn't it? Basically, you know, if you're into that kind of songwriting style. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. This is Tin Pan Rhythm, which will be out very soon. If you like the video, the video, subscribe to the channel. Visit us at thesoundtestroom.com. Please donate something if you possibly can, or become a Patreon from as little as $1 a month. You can help support the Sound Test Room, and it really does help us sort everything out. Me, Colin, and Jacob are always available for answering questions and stuff and general interaction. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you later.